Hello, this is Maurice Parker. Welcome to the Maurice Parker channel. We talk about sports and more. If you're new, subscribe below. Can't wait to get into the video. All right, so today on the Maurice Parker channel, we are going to talk about how the NFL is back. The Hall of Fame game was played in Canton, Ohio today between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Detroit Lions. First of all, I want to congratulate the Hall of Famers who got inducted into the 2025 Hall of Fame class that will be taking place on Saturday. Eric Allen, a cornerback who played for the Philadelphia Eagles and the Oakland Raiders. Sterling Sharp, the older brother of one Shannon Sharp, who played for the Green Bay Packers. Antonio Gates, who played for the Chargers and is the all-time leader, tight end touchdown leader with 116. And Jared Allen, who has over 130 sacks in his career. Actually, Eric Allen for the cornerback actually had 54 interceptions and 8 pick six. And as well as, like I say, Sterling Shepard was only one of 13 receivers to ever get the triple crown, meaning that he led in touchdowns, receiving yards, and catches. So let's get into the Hall of Fame game. This game started out with a bang. Okay, so the first play of the game in preseason, Detroit gets the ball. They fumble the ball. I mean, seriously, they fumble the ball. The Chargers end up recovering it. And then Trey Lance goes down. They're at the 3-yard line. 4th and 2, throws a dagger of a pass. I mean, a beautifully touched ball to the end zone for a touchdown. You're thinking, okay, the Lions are probably going to come back. 3 and out. And Digger, the kicker, unfortunately missed a 54-yarder. Then the Lions end up getting the ball back. I mean, didn't do nothing. The Chargers end up getting the ball back, and next thing you know, they're driving down the field again. The running back gets a touchdown. The next possession by the Detroit Lions, there's a pick. The Kyle Allen throws a pick. I gotta give credit to the receiver from the Detroit Lions, Lovett. He is from he recently played for the Georgia Bulldogs last year. He was hustling down the field. Most times you don't see receivers hustling down after they kind of lose out of range. He kept hustling. The running back actually helped push him out of bounds to tackle Rollins. Another touchdown for Trey Lance. Trey Lance actually played a total of 3 full quarters and actually was really good. It just came down to the fact that I think in this game, the Chargers was more prepared. It just seemed like, especially since they had a former player who's a Hall of Famer, I think that kind of gave them an extra boost. But mind you, not all the starters for Detroit played, and some of the starters for the Chargers played, but still, there's 3 guys. There's the third or fourth string people on the bench trying to make an impact. I think there's like 4 turnovers. One time, Kyle Allen threw a pick in the red zone. The Chargers recovered. So the Chargers recovered a muff punt. So what happened is the guy was going for the ball, fumbles the ball, Chargers get it, another touchdown. It was just one of those games where the final score was 34-7, and it was really just one of those games that came down to the fact. It just seemed to me, if you watch the game, it felt as though the Chargers was really just in it from the first quarter to the last quarter. In that nature, it was kind of incredible. I know Detroit fans, probably wasn't the start they wanted to the season. And, it was preseason. It was just an off night, and you know, obviously you got to make some corrections, and I think they'll do it because they're a professional organization. Make some corrections, go over what went right and what went wrong. For the Chargers, this is looking like a really good start for them. I think that they have um, some core pieces. Now, for Trey Lance, this was like a coming out party for him. I know that he had started. He was the 3rd overall pick in the 21 draft. 2022, he suffers a season-ending injury. Brock Purdy takes over for the 49ers. He gets traded to the Cowboys. He's a backup behind Dak Prescott. No, he's a backup behind Justin Herbert. I think there's a place in the league for him, honestly. I think that he showed poise, even though you could say, oh, a second, third stringers. He showed poise. Sometimes in the NFL, people have a maturity process, a maturation, an understanding process that takes longer than most people would like to give them credit for. Not everybody comes into the league on fire. Sometimes it takes a while to get your footing, and the more you see the game, the easier it gets. and that is something I wanted to see. I want to commend the Chargers, John Har- uh, J- John Harbaugh. Sorry, Jim Harbaugh, not John Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh for what he's done. And you also got to give Dan Campbell credit. Those two, Dan Campbell for the Lions credit. Those two have turned their franchises around. Um, it's going to be a really good upcoming year. You really see the excitement about these young guys living their dream, trying to make a roster, and it shows. You know, the NBC staff was pretty cool. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, they did a good job. The referees did a good job. I felt like for the most part they was consistent in the preseason game. This is the first time in a while I could say the referees were consistent. They were consistent on the calls for the most part. You didn't really see too many errors, and if they did make an error, they came quickly, got ready to play. Something new that they showed today was the fact that they got the virtual thing to do the measurements now. So the chain game to show the chain game will come as needed, but it's really the virtual measurement. So meaning that as you see in the games, there's usually the first down markers, the yellow line, and the blue line's the line of scrimmage. Now they got the technology now to look to see how close the player is to the first down, not to look at virtually to see how it is. I kind of do like that because it's trying to eliminate a little bit of human error, but you know, just got to see how this continues to go and whatnot. And we're going to start for football July 31st. Got to see the NFL. Got to see everything. What these players and these fans have we just been wanting. I thank you guys for an awesome day watching the sport. I appreciated it. Canton, Ohio was amazing to watch people in Canton, Ohio because those are where the players you see play. Some of them get blessed to get into the Hall of Fame, and I know some of those players have aspirations to get there, and I believe some of them will. And while we're on this topic, I want to say thank you guys for over 12,000 subscribers. I appreciate it so much. I know that I was uploading a lot, and I know it's been a while it's been like a week or so, but you know, it's good to see football back and other stuff back, so you can see way more stuff, and I can analyze the games more. You know, more preseason games are coming up next week, as well as college football actually starts their regular season in 2 weeks. NFL preseason will end in September, and then by the end of September, NBA. So we're gonna be jam packed with sports and board. I can't wait to share with you guys my thoughts and my analysis. I thank you to the fans and everybody who took time out to listen to me and waiting for this long process. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Please stay tuned for more.